Hi, Anya. Thank you for the introduction, and of course, thank you for having me here. A little bit about myself. My name is Tristan Chaudhry. I am the CEO of Fry Egg. Fry Egg is an online marketplace that allows personal trainers, dietitians, and nutritionists to create and design their own fitness programs. And I started Fry Egg about 6 months ago, and I've been involved in the cryptocurrency space ever since 2012 when I was in high school. I believe I was a sophomore in high school when I started. And what I was doing was I put a lot of my life savings into Bitcoin early on. I thought it blew up, and it did. It really grew. And of course, after the crash happened, I had to turn to altcoins to do some more investments, and I really started to get into the ICO scene. And throughout high school and early college, I saw ICOs really start to blow up, and I had to get involved. I saw my background is in coding, so I saw a unique opportunity here, which I'm sure everyone in the ICO space can see how legitimate it has become. It started out as some fairy tale way of making your dreams, really materialize and having a concept just come to fruition, having decentralized funding for platforms. That's a lot like what you do at SportyCo with athletes, and I think it's amazing. But I think everyone here can say that in the ICO scene, we're seeing something that's really never been occurred in human history before. We're seeing companies and individuals gather around ideas and just be able to create something like never before. But I love it. I love every second I'm in the crypto space, and I think SportyCo is a phenomenal project, and I'm like I said, honored to be here. Well, it's a very interesting question. In a world where everything's changing so quickly and so fast and so drastically, I think sports actually has been one of the least affected. If you think about it, how much has baseball changed over the last 60 years, or soccer? How much has football changed? Besides the players and the methods of viewing. So I think there's something that's comforting about that to people. That sports is just it's player versus player, even playing field for most sports, and for the most part, it hasn't changed. So one of the main difficulties, and I think both of our companies can relate to this, is getting the people to adapt to change, getting the players of sports, or getting the people who are in fitness, in our case, to adapt. And what I mean by that is the equipment for the most part has stayed the same, the rules, but not much has changed. And in the case of SportyCo, you're going to be changing a lot of things. You're going to be changing how players get to the next level through their funding. In the case of Fry Egg, we're going to be changing how clients in the fitness area are communicating and interacting with their fitness coaches and their health coaches and even their sports coaches. So I think there's a lot of synergies here between our companies, and there's a lot of things we have in common as far as the obstacles we have to overcome. But definitely it's an issue, but it's not a bad issue. I mean, it's something that's got to happen. Every industry changes. That's just the world we live in. Blockchain is a perfect example of that. And it's coming to sports. Blockchains and this technology in itself is just going to come to every single industry there is. And the world better be ready to change with it. But I'm going to be very interested to see how sports like soccer, like American football, baseball, even sports like track and field and cross country adapt and change as the new technology comes. Fitbit is a prime example of how people are incorporating that into sports, even just wearable technology in general. The Apple Watch, you see players endorse and they play and they show their heart rate and how they use it and how it's being able to be used with the sports they're playing and how it's improved their athletic performance and their endurance, and it's gained insights into exactly what's going on in their body. I think medical is going to have a lot of overlaps in this, seeing your blood pressure, your blood rate, making sure your medications are, doing anything negative to the sports you're playing. And that's something we're looking at too. We want to make sure all of your devices, your Fitbit bands, your Garmin bands, the apps you're using all can sync to your coach and they can see exactly what's going on. But just like any new technology, the main hurdle to overcome is educating the public and educating the users and getting them over that learning curve, because that's just a curve they're going to have to come across at some point or another. And the good thing about having ICOs and companies like ours is that the change is coming regardless. We're just some of the first movers in the industry. The one of the good things we have going for us is we're in a relatively uncrowded space. There's not many blockchain projects that are dabbling in sports and fitness. So we're the leaders of the pack, and the fact that we're first movers will definitely give us a huge advantage. Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and like I was saying about the sports and fitness industry as a whole with tech, the main issue is education, educating your consumers about the services you're providing. But I think the fact that our ICOs are dabbling in some of the buzzwords people hear on the news, like blockchain and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin may have gone thrown around here or there, I think that's part of the allure. People want to know what this new technology is and how it could possibly relate to sports and fitness and health coaching. So I think it's also a great tool for marketing, having people understand that blockchain is going to touch every single industry there is, not just finance, not just security, but sports, financing, fitness, coaching, communication, everything, every industry there is in the world will be touched by blockchain at one point, in my opinion. And that's a strength and a weakness for both of our ICOs. But I know that SportyCo has a very niche market, and it's very specific, and they're supplying a great product, a great service to a very, very specific need. And that's the recipe for success. SportyCo has a great platform, and they have a lot of good things going. It's a little more difficult for Fry Egg because we have such a broad market, and pretty much anyone looking to get in shape, which I mean, that's all of us. We're all looking to lose a few pounds. We're all a little chubby, or we all want to gain some muscle. We all want to take our athletic performance to the next level. But so it's very difficult to target everyone. But with SportyCo, I think it's phenomenal that you have such a targeted demographic of people who could use this. I think you guys are going to change lives, and the fact that you guys have incorporated blockchain to such an extent that it can make the world and athletes be able to achieve their dreams is inspirational. We would love to use some of the lessons that you guys have learned over the past several months during your ICO for ours, because our goals are very similar. We want to make the world a healthier place, a better place, and we want to make people's dreams come true. Great. So our ICO, Fry Egg, we're doing an initial security token offering for our platform that is existing, and it's the MVP is up there on fryegg.com, FRYEGG.com, and our mobile app is actually coming out in about 1 week, 1 or 2 weeks, putting the finishing touches on that. But essentially what we're doing is we're allowing personal trainers, dietitians, and nutritionists to create and design their own fitness programs and supplement their current income at the gym, or even replace their entire income and create a full-time job, just like Uber does with the taxi industry. The way it works is clients, so if you're a college student, you're on a budget, you want to get in shape, you want to get ripped for spring break or for the summer, but you don't have $60 to spend for a half an hour training session at the gym. You go on Fry Egg, you type in your goal, maybe it's to build muscle, or maybe it's to lose fat, maybe you do a body detox, whatever it may be. We have pretty much something for everyone. You go on there and you search for a program that fits your needs. There will be programs for anyone. Maybe you're looking for a 7-day quick shred. Maybe you're looking for a whole 90-day complete transformation. But different coaches create their own programs and they brand them. So a coach named Susan could create Susan's 30-day fat shredder. And you join that program, and essentially you work with that coach. They give you your meal plans, your workout plans. They give you all the guidance and motivation you need for the entire program, for the entire duration of the program that you joined. And what we do is we take the data that you share with your coach if you want to enroll in the Health API program. So it's completely optional. And we pay you for that data in tokens. We will pay the client for their data. And we get rid of their name, we get rid of their location, and we take that data, so maybe their meal data, their workout information that's synced from their Fitbit bands and their Garmin bands, and we sell that information to third parties who are looking and could use that data on our API. So let's say Pfizer, let's say Aetna, or maybe a government agency or a university school project. They want data. They need some data. They want to say, I want to know who on the keto diet has lost more than 20 pounds over a 30-day period, and it shows, boom, 100 people have lost more than this amount of pounds in this amount of days, and here are all the statistics on how they did it. Maybe if you're a medical company, you can see how people with different diseases lost weight or built muscle or whatever it may be over a certain period of time. And it's really just great insight into how people are living their lives and how to make the world a healthier place. And I think it's in the wake of Facebook and all of these hacks like MyFitnessPal having all their data exposed, the users really feel slighted because they're giving the data, they're helping to run the business, and they get nothing in return. With us, it's a different story. And keep in mind, this is completely optional. Some people don't want to share their information, and that's perfectly fine. But the way the blockchain makes this better is because we allow it to be secure on a private blockchain database and completely transparent to anyone who inserts the tokens. The key is the data is sold only for tokens, not cash, and that's what gives the tokens value. Thanks again for having me. A huge high five to the SportyCo community and team. Phenomenal team, phenomenal project. I'm very excited to see what you guys do in the future, and I'd like to take this opportunity to invite anyone who's interested in our project to go to tokensale.fryegg.com and check us out. Thank you.